Welcome back to Mass Appeal. We are back with Eric Lipton, and we are talking about how you can prepare your home for the worst in the wintertime. So earlier in the show, we told them the top 3 tips. Now we have 3 more. The next one's to help prevent the plumbing leaks. How do you do that?
Right. Well, if you haven't already, I would advise you go down in your basement, shut off the water source to the hose.
I got you.
Faucet outside. Shut it off on the inside, go outside and open it.
And that's something that people can find in their basement. It's sometimes a red switch, a turn.
It could be a red handle, could be a gate valve, but you need to go outside, find out where it is outside and trace it back inside.
And doing it outside is enough. You have to turn it on from the inside.
Well, from the inside you shut it off,
and then the outside, you turn it on.
In case any ice builds up, it'll come out the faucet and not burst the pipe.
That's a great tip. So you have to do that, that's important, and you have to insulate your pipes too.
Yes, some people have pipes maybe in an unheated space like a garage or a crawl space or an addition. Walk around, look for those pipes, go to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever, buy the pipe insulation. Very easy to install.
Something people can do on their own.
Exactly.
Good, because yeah, these days it's so hard, you almost have to call someone for everything. So if you can learn that, it's good. And describe what we're looking at there.
Well, that is an outside hose faucet that has leaked. You know, that could flow until you get home from work and find all the water in your basement.
Ooh, so you don't want that. And that's why preventative stuff is important to do as soon as you can, right after Mass Appeal today. Do it at noontime.
Exactly. Sooner the better.
So your next tip is a great one. It's if you have trees close to your house, trim them away, get them away from everything.
Sure. Last winter, a lot of people had problems with trees falling down in their yards. If the tree is overhanging your roof or is close enough to touch the side of your house with the wind, you're going to want to trim it back. You want to look at the tree and see if there's any part of the tree that looks unhealthy, dead. Get a professional in, see about cutting it back now. Again, preventatively, before it falls on your house.
Well, and it's a preventative cost, too. If you put out X amount of money now, you might lose that money, but at the same time, if that tree falls on your house, you're paying 5, 10 times as much money.
You're going to save a lot of money, and when the trees fall down, everyone's calling the tree guys. They're really busy. They may not get to you very
That's
quickly.
a good point, yeah. So if there's a big storm, you might be 10th in line, and you don't want to be 10th in line. Your last tip is to check the chimneys.
Yes, a lot of people are going to maybe rely on their chimney or fireplace for heat if the power goes out this winter. So you want to be preventative and maybe have somebody come and clean your chimney out if it hasn't been done in a while. Make sure the damper's closing properly and make sure there's no creosote buildup. So when you do need it, in that emergency, you're ready to go.
And you know, if you're going to, it's always important to have that big stack of firewood near the house. It's important that you clean the ash out of the bottom of your fireplace too.
Sure.
Lots of good tips to help you out. Now let's go back earlier, in case people didn't watch, we want to show them the #1 tip, and that's ice dams and avoiding them. So we have a couple pictures that we can show, but how do we avoid ice dams?
What you want to do is keep the hot air from your home from escaping up into the attic, which is going to melt the snow and cause the ice dam. So you want to properly insulate, you want to seal any air leaks coming up through, and you want to add proper ventilation too.
And so it's very important to know the ice is going to form a dam, and unless you can avoid that, you can get some of those roof heaters. But worst case scenario, if you can give people one tip, what would you do to get rid of the ice dams?
I would insulate.
Insulate? So yeah, it's all about preventative.
Exactly.
Eric, I want to thank you so much for stopping by today. These tips are great. You're going to help save a lot of people out there a lot of time.